We're going to look at the following course contents as we go in the line of today. We're going to look at data gathering, and under that, we're going to look at collecting and analyzing data on proposed engagements. We're going to look at data analysis and interpretation. Under that, we're going to look at use of audit tools and techniques to conduct data analysis. That is, we're going to look at ratio estimation, variance analysis, budget versus actual trend analysis, other reasonableness tests, conducting benchmarking, drawing conclusions. Then also we're going to look at developing preliminary conclusions regarding controls. Then we'll look at documentations. We'll look at what working paper is all about. How do we develop working papers? We'll look at process mapping, otherwise known as flow charting. Then we also try to evaluate the relevance. Then we look at sufficiency and competence of audit evidence. So in a nutshell, we're going to walk through all this content to be able to achieve the purpose of which we are having this training today. All right. I want to start by looking at the introduction to internal audit engagements. And what I've done here is to first sensitize us about what auditing is all about. I'm sure and I'm familiar that I'm certain that we all know what auditing is all about because we are professionals on this platform. Auditing is the independent examination of and the expression of opinion on the financial statements by an appointed auditor and in compliance with relevant and statutory obligations. So what I'm saying here is that auditing involves a process where an auditor is given the autonomy to be able to express his opinion on the financial statement. And when I mean financial statement, I'm referring to the books of accounts, the statement of comprehensive income, the statement of financial position, notes to the accounts, value-added statement, cash flow statement, etc. So that's why I said it is the process where the auditor is given an autonomy, that is the independence, to be able to express his opinion as to the books he has been able to ascertain and verified. And lastly, under that, so you need to, I ended that definition by saying that you must comply or comply with all relevant and statutory obligations. It means that it must be backed up by law to show that truly the exercise was really conducted. Then, having said that, what auditing is all about, because I know we know that also, then we move to internal auditing, and that is why we know auditing is divided or categorized into two: the internal and external. So we want to look at what is internal auditing, and before going to that area, we know in every organization we have the auditors or the internal auditors that work in that organization. They are in charge of verifying and ascertaining that all documents or all purchase have been fully recorded or verified in an organization. For instance, in my own establishment, even anytime there is a supply that has been done, you see the internal internal auditor coming to the office to verify, and you have to count them whether it really complies, it's really in line with what has been supplied. Another example I remember was when there was a time my AC had fault, and I complained to the director of works, and then they sent in the AC repairer to come and repair the AC. While he was still repairing the AC, or after he had finished repairing the AC, I saw the internal auditor who came to check and ascertain that truly am I satisfied with what the repairer has done. So internal auditing is very, very critical to any organization. And here I said here that internal auditing is an independent and objective assurance. And of course, when I say independent, it means that it will be carried out by an auditor also, who has that autonomy to express himself based on what he has seen, then to ensure that there is objectivity in the assurance. And then the purpose of having that is to ensure that there is value addition in the organization's operation. So it simply means that the auditor within that organization must be able to carry out his opinion and then have this objective of carrying out also assurance and also consulting activity to add value and to improve the organization's operation. Of course, when I mean organization here, I'm referring to companies, business entities, company, business entities, firms, and industries. Okay. Then what does internal auditing do? It helps an organization to accomplish its objective by bringing a systematic, disciplined approach to evaluate and improve the effectiveness of risk management, control, and governance process. I just explained that the other time that anytime supplies are made or items are purchased